I usually like to drive when we can on the road, so we can get to the stadium whenever we want. But get to the hotel, check in, Friday night, get out the spotter boards and finish them up if they're not done yet. Get all the information from the game notes put onto the spotter boards and any other quotes that we may see. We also want to finish up editing all of our audio, writing pregame scripts. If possible, get everything done on Friday night. Saturday, I usually like to get to the stadium about 5 hours before kickoff. This is like a big football game that gets you getting off the bus. Go straight to the booth. This is too large. We don't need this big of a trash can. Get everything set up, get situated, who's going to sit where. Always try to get together with the other play-by-play guy. It's nice just to kind of greet each other and see if they have everything they need. But we'll each go over the other team's pronunciations just to make sure we're saying it right. And then the pregame show for the Sports Talk Network starts 4 hours before kickoff. So Teddy and Chris and I will do a pregame show for them for an hour.
And they were going with the sideline report about potatoes. So anytime you do a Boise game,
doing a lot of eating last night.
Yeah.
I saw that on Deadspin.
And then 2 hours before kickoff, we'll start the network pregame show with Coach Merv and Teddy and Chris and Rufus Alexander. And then we're off and running from there.
Welcome inside the broadcast booth, high above McLean Stadium in Waco, Texas. Sooner football is on the air.
There's this moment when the ball is kicked off. From this point forward, you got to wing it. You got to do it on the fly, and there's no more net.
Out of the shotgun, Bears showing blitz. Here they come. Baker got to get rid of it. Hit it, he throws. Takes a shot at the end zone. Andrews caught it inside the 5. Sooners bring a fifth. Pressure on. Opo's got him. The ball's loose. And the Sooners have it. And you can unhitch the wagon. Put the ponies in the barn. Oklahoma goes down to the banks of the Brazos and survives.
Ponies in the... How did I come up with that? That's a funny story, actually. My great-grandfather, Jebediah Rowland, was a farmer in western Oklahoma. And legend goes that, he's a hard worker. He toiled with his hands all day long, working the fields. And at the end of the day, he would always tell everybody, it's time to unhitch the wagon and put the ponies in the barn. And that's how everybody knew that the day's work was done. So that's the story of unhitch the wagon, put the ponies in the barn.
Seriously?
That's not true at all.
How did you come up with your signature ending?
Final score one final time from McLean Stadium in Waco, Texas. It was Oklahoma 49 and Baylor 41. Until 2 weeks from today back in Norman when the Sooners host the Cyclones. This is Toby Rowland saying, Sooners win and Boomers Sooner, everybody.
I think just the very first game, that's what came out of my mouth. And so it worked, and so that's just what I always say at the end. There was no grand plan or scheme or light bulb moment. It was just Boomer Sooner, everybody. And that just seemed like the right way to end things.